Sorry, go ahead.
We have the flour. We have 7 cups of flour in here. To that we are going to add 2 cups of semolina, or durum wheat flour. Not much left. I could almost just put it in, but perhaps that could be a problem. I've already taken 4 eggs, making a well in the center, and I'm going to incorporate the eggs into this. And it takes a while. So we'll be turning off the video and then putting it on again as we get to different steps.
Turn it off now?
No, I'm going to do the water. When I'm kneading it, we'll turn it off because that takes quite a while. So I have the eggs in there, 4 nice eggs, 7 cups of white flour, which is King Arthur, and 2 cups of durum wheat or semolina, which you can buy at Market Basket. You may or may not need 2 cups of water. That sometimes can depend upon the outside temperature. It can affect the inside humidity. You don't want it sticky. Need more flour right at hand to get the stickiness off. I'm getting flour on the counter, which I've washed with vinegar and water. And that's okay because the whole thing is going to end up on the counter. Getting there. I already see I'm going to need more than 2 cups of flour, water. It's starting to get sticky. Starting to stick together. That's good. At this point, I'm going to pour it out onto the counter. Add more water. Not too much. So I'm going to keep doing this until I get it into a log, and we'll come back and show you that. So I have this in a nice log. I pushed it back and forth. It really didn't take too long. I should have timed it, but you just keep doing it until it feels right. You don't want it sticky, not sticky. Turn it to the center. Good to take your frustrations out after 10 months of COVID. And I am going to let this rest. I'm going to put pastry cloth on it. While I'm doing that, I'll make my filling. But first I need to clean up my refrigerator freezer. I forgot to do that. because these will be frozen. Okay, using 3 pounds of whole milk ricotta, fresh ricotta. Bless you, Kisa. You get it at Restaurant Depot or an Italian store maybe, and it's worth it. It's much better than the ricotta you buy at the supermarket. It's drier, you can see that. Very dry. All my ingredients out except I forgot the parsley. That. I'm adding 3 eggs. Cup and a half of Parmesan cheese. Can't have enough cheese. You can add Romano if you want.
Yeah.
Do you want Romano? Okay. So we're gonna take a minute here and get the Romano and parsley. We have parsley in the freezer. It works very well. You can use dry, or you can chop it up and use it not frozen. Kind of a lot. What do you think about that? No. That likes a lot, so wine. Don't want it to look like spinach. And Romano cheese. So I will probably put as much as I did for the Parmesan, maybe about a cup. There you go. So, Romano and Parmesan. These are from the supermarket. If you want to buy fresh grated, you can do that when you're serving. Last but not least, a little family secret. Dash of cinnamon. I've never seen that in a recipe before, but Nana D did it. You can smell the cinnamon. It's nice. All right, we're good, Pat. We're gonna wait for Pat.
All right. You slip this motor. There's a little axle in here. Slip it into one you want to use, and make sure this is on. There's a little clip here to hold this motor on. Make sure that's on before you start to use it. It keeps it stable. I'm just cutting the dough into chunks that I can work with.
This is our newest little rolling pin.
Yeah, which I kind of use lately, and I like it.
We have a few rolling pins.
So I start out.
Keep flour on the counter, you're gonna need it.
Yeah. And you want to be able to feed it through the machine, so it makes sense to just roll it out a little bit thinner to get it started, so you don't put too much pressure on the machine. Always start on 8.
I didn't do that.
And start at 3. That's the biggest setting, the widest setting. couple of times, which is like kneading it.
See, it's a little bit funky. It gets smoother. Put more flour on it as you go along.
It should feel dry to the touch pretty much. And it's still moist.
Too much?
Yeah.
The weather does affect, even if you're inside for some reason.
Now you work the dough which the best way you can. Then I turn off the machine, put it on 5, and run it through 5 as many times as I need until it feels, somewhat dry. You'll know when you run it through what it looks like. That's pretty much what it should look like. Oh yeah, it's almost like a ribbon. You keep turning off the machine. Now what I do is I measure the length of the dough. So this rolling pin that I have that each you got for Christmas is just about what you want. So I make it a little bit bigger than that.
It's good to have 2 rolling pins though. He's going to be using that while I'll use mine.
And that's it. You keep doing that over and over again until all your dough's gone.
I need to flour the plate. So why don't you hold this? I'll flour the plate and fill one, and then we won't have to fill them all. So, you want to flour the plate. You want to put a little, especially in the corners, because you don't want it to stick. You have to peel it off slowly. I have a pastry cloth. I have pastry cloths everywhere because it's messy. No way around it. This goes over the plate. It's touchy. You can't. You have to have enough room to seal the edges. This very softly goes down to make an indentation for your filling. But you can't make a hole in it. You get a good, that's good. And 2 spoons. And you can be generous. Hopefully we make about 80, maybe 90, sometimes 70. Just depends. People like the leftover ricotta with pasta and sauce, if there is any.
Alright, I'm going to turn this off. You continue. I got to do another piece to get on the top of that.
Okay. Putting the top cover on. This is my favorite rolling pin. Big. And going to the edges. So it will be cut. All 4 edges. And then down the middle, because there's a cut. There's 10 of these on the plate. Okay. This is what it looks like. You save this, give it back to the pastry set. Gently put it out. That came up nicely. Sometimes you have to edge it out. So this is what they look like. I'm going to slide it into the freezer, and I will be laying